Looks like Sander stole half of Oliver Barrett's tights. Turn around, please, Oliver. We're right behind you. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, now that's not a man that you want to mess with, Oliver. Pushing that look of yours. This match was nearly over before it began because Oliver Barrett decided to pick a fight with Stallion. Hello, by the way, Stallion. If you're watching back, get him when no one's watching, yeah? Oliver Barrett, accompanied to the ring by his fiancée, Scarlett Barrett, who for some reason has changed her surname to be like Oliver Barrett. It's a confusing relationship, you know. Basically, he wrestles the matches and she wins them. So here we are into the second half of our live show here, when Oliver Barrett decides he's going to get into the ring. Instead of antagonising the paying customers here. Oh, how chivalrous. Going back to the ring to make sure his girlfriend can climb in the ring, despite the fact she's not wrestling. What exactly is it that you've got to say, Oliver? So I don't know what Oliver Barrett was talking about because it's strange. I mean, there seems to be some kind of sound issue again. Oh, I don't know what to say. I mean, apologies to Oliver Barrett about the accidental mute button malfunction. I mean, you obviously can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm just laying out on the table all of the ways that I care, and I mean, I'm struggling to think of one, if I'm honest. I've just got the number 1 written next to a blank space, but when I find a reason to care, we'll get back to Oliver Barrett and hear what he's got to say. That's obviously if he wins his match against Zoominov, who's the king of dance style and quite a good throw with that attire that he's got. Zoominov knows how to make an entrance and knows how to make it quickly, and he doesn't need to talk to everybody. He's just going to dab his style in the ring.
Shut up, get a new coat.
What? I just stop. I like your hair, mate. It makes you look like a punk.
They got lost in the pool.
Well, Oliver Barrett is actually describing the rule very clearly there. You do actually have to have space to start the match, but it doesn't. He's kind of pushing his luck a little bit. See, even the ring announcer is getting fed up of waiting. Now, Oliver Barrett is a very talented wrestler who seems to have lost half of his ring attire, but that's okay. As is Kendoll Zoominov. Be the first for these two to go at it. Oh, I hope his girlfriend slash fiance slash wife slash whatever didn't see that. Now the bell is actually supposed to ring. I think the timekeeper was getting just a little bit bored of Oliver Barrett wandering around the ring for 15 minutes before the match is due to start. Collar and elbow tie up to start things off. Followed by a knife edge chop, and Oliver Barrett thinks he's got this match won despite performing only one maneuver so far. Back into it, another collar and elbow tie up. My favourite move. The King of Dab style hits a knife edge chop of his own. Now both competitors circling each other. Third collar and elbow tie up. Ooh, nice. Into an arm drag. Kind of swung him over his head. Kendoll Zoominov. In an alternative universe. Let's just put it down to that. Nice suicide plancher through the bottom rope. Thrust on there, nearly took out half of the front row. No one tall rabbit, we don't want to close early. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow, that happened so very, very quickly, but basically Oliver Barrett managed to avoid all of Zoominov's offense there very quickly, only jumping onto the ring apron to then take him out with a super kick to the face, which brought Zoominov crashing down hard on the outside on the mat. And I don't know why he's looking over here and smiling. I'm not interested, Oliver. Oh, by the way, if anyone has happened to have found Oliver Barrett's accent, he wants it back, but he also wants a 3 count as well, which he didn't find there. Nor the left leg of his tights, as he uses his right leg to choke Zoominov against the second rope, and uses his right arm to choke Zoominov very illegally. If there's a rule,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oliver Barrett will find it and break it. Why he's been so successful so far, and lateral press has gotten him nothing there except a 1 count. Got my words mixed up. Oliver Barrett and then into a lateral press, rolls over the vertical suplex, but only finds a 2 count, goes straight into the pin again, not very successful. Got my words mixed up earlier on. Must have been thinking about something else. That is quite literally a definition of a Freudian slip. And now he's choking against with his boot. Basically, any type of choke like that, you've got to answer to the count of 5 before the referee breaks it up. And if you don't break it up, it will disqualify you. But several in quick succession could really drive the air out of your opponent and wear him down just as much as Oliver Barrett has actually done here to Zoominov. And I must say, the King of Dab style This is the first time we've seen him mount anything looking like offense, and it doesn't really get him very far. There's a nasty little kick to the face. He's brought him back down into a fetal position on the mat. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, let's just call that a hip drop, which has gained, despite his protest against everyone who saw it, has gained Oliver Barrett only a 2 count so far, but that won't be a 2 count forever if he keeps on the offensive show now. And I must say, despite his arrogance, he is doing very well in the early going here. It's a shame he has to tell you about it as he's doing it. Oh, well, that's very blatant. Oliver Barrett distracting the referee as Scarlett Barrett, Oliver's fiancée slash wife slash pain in the, well, you know what, pulls Zoominov's hair in the corner. He's stretching that neck out, bringing him in a choke, but a roll up from Zoominov could win in the match, but it doesn't. Could have stolen the victory there, didn't quite. Going for the clothesline over the top rope and send Zoominov crashing and burning outside. It may be a very cold December night, but the action is really heating up here at Shield Pro Wrestling. Now, thank you very much for joining us here, wherever you are, whether you're here live or you're watching at home, or you're watching on the bus, because that is how the digital age works. Just in case anyone needed to know. And there was a right hand there from Oliver Barrett. We're obviously having a lot of fun here. Some great wrestling going on. Whether you love them or hate them, there are some great wrestlers in front of a crowd here already. Zoominov is really endearing himself to the Shields Pro audience here. He's put in a series of fantastic matches over the last few weeks. He hasn't always won them, but he's certainly won over the people here as Oliver Barrett fails to do it. And he's gone from one side of the ring to the other, from the top rope to the floor. God, that was a long way for him to jump and a long way for him to fall, but it paid off quite nicely because Oliver Barrett is out and the referee's checking on both men, and I'm not entirely sure either of them can compete. As he's reached the count of 5, he's out there with them. If they don't make it back into the ring to the count of 10, but Zoominov has actually stretched himself out on the apron. They've emerged in opposite corners there. And just as quickly as we'd written him off, Zoominov is well and truly back in this thing. That was impressive. Such an agile move, and now Zoominov rounding with a forearm shot against Oliver Barrett, and now we're at level pegging here as both men striking with right forearms to each other in quick succession. Slowing down now. Oliver Barrett down to one knee. Zoominov down to both knees, having to use the ropes to pull himself back up, which he does. Close right hand. Now Oliver Barrett gaining the advantage with that series of rights. Oh, but Zoominov with a shoulder block, taking him down, and another shoulder tackle taking Oliver Barrett down. Oliver Barrett in the corner, corner to corner, reversed the Irish whip, and now Oliver Barrett flying towards Zoominov, doesn't quite meet Zoominov the way he wanted to, with a couple of shoes to the face. And a crossbody, nice crossbody, straight into the hook of the leg, and thought it was over, but it's not quite. He was going for a double arm DDT, he had both arms hooked there, and that half Nelson like grab, but instead Oliver Barrett into a fireman's carry. Oh! You've seen people have been put away by that move before, but it's not quite enough. And now if Oliver Barrett had a thought, it's gone. I mean, it would have been a very new experience for him if he had, but either way, he's going up to the top rope. And not quite managing to hit that double foot stomp, that coup de grace type. Oh, turning him inside out with a clothesline did Zoominov to Oliver Barrett, who hooks the leg and could be walking away the victor, but isn't quite. Zoominov dragging Barrett to the to his feet to plant him back down with a double arm DDT, like flattening, laying him out. But Oliver Barrett's resident mistress has just put his foot onto the bottom rope, breaking the count. Scarlett Barrett has no place in this match. The referee says he didn't see it. I did, but if the referee didn't see it, then it doesn't matter if I saw it or not. That's everybody else. Oliver Barrett's to his feet though. He's recuperated enough to hit that brainbuster maneuver that he hasn't thought of a name for yet, but it doesn't matter because he can call it the Zoominov killer as it wins him the match. I guess you can call it the Barrett brainbuster, or maybe you can call it the one for the record books, because the record books will show that Oliver Barrett has won the match here tonight. Not that he had any help from that vixen on the side of the ring there. There she is, Scarlett Barrett, green-haired witch. She's out in the red and green for Christmas, but I can guarantee you she's on the naughty list. Well, it was not a bad effort from Zoominov. Highlight of that match was when he came sailing off the top rope to the outside, going from one side of the ring to the other. That was impressive. Those rings are, what, 10 feet across? Perhaps even more.